got some motherfucking design on right now. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. I got 3 old guys to the block.
Hello guys, welcome to our video. At this time, we will conduct interviews to complete the project assignment of making podcast video in English course.
In this interview, we took the theme implementation of Minang literature and Batak literature. In the current era, our goal in taking this theme is because we want to introduce of new literature originating from our region, and we hope that through the podcast can add insight to friends about literature in our country. So, follow the fun.
But before that, we as interviewers will introduce ourselves. I'm Cahaya as interviewer 1.
And I am Elsita Putriani, interview 2.
I am Nisa Ajabina, interview 3. I am Amanda Naradebakara, interviewer 4.
We are first semester student majoring in Indonesia Lingua and Literature Education, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Raja Ali Haji Maritim University. Next, stay tuned. It advance. Good afternoon, Miss Elsita.
Good afternoon, Miss Diana.
Miss Elsita is a native Batak person, right?
Yes, I was born and grew up a family of Batak Islam. Miss Tiara herself is a native of Padang people or the native Padang.
Oh, like that. No, I was born and grew up in one of the areas in Padang. And from elementary school, I also studied there until I finished high school. I want to know about eating. I see that there are also many kind of Batak, right? Actually, what distinguishes Miss Elsita?
Oh, I see. Yes, Batak consists of the things such as Naro, Takewa, and Batak Mandarin. In my opinion, one of the factors that distinguishes them is entire custom after that in the progression of the language and the languages that have their own narrative.
Oh, so that's it.
Because our that is about literature and very close about the literature that exists in Minang. What are the Minang literature that Miss Tiara have?
Wow, very many. Starting from oral literature, half oral and not oral. I know everything.
Oh, really? Do you have a specialization about that?
Yes, in Padang we have learned about Minangkabau culture starting from elementary school. The name of the subject, natural culture of Minangkabau. And we learned a lot of Minang literary literature from there, for example, such as proverb, pantun, folk song, fairy tales, legend, folk dance, traditional ceremonies, food, clothing, and traditional weapons from Minang.
Oh, so let's mention Miss Tiara now about example from pantun, fairy tales, and traditional ceremonies that are famous in Padang.
If you don't have any famous pantun, because maybe the Padang people don't really like pantun. Different here, we see how important pantun is for my life. But if the problem of fairy tale, we must know the most famous, namely the story of Malin Kundang, which become of the famous folklore in Indonesia. And if the problem of traditional ceremonies that I know is called Taguig Pariaman, which is a ceremony commemorating the death of the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, Hussein bin Ali, bin Abi Talib on the 10th of Muharram.
Oh, I like that.
If Miss Elsita herself, what does Miss know about Batak literature?
Actually, almost the same Minang literature. There are oral, not oral, not oral.
Oh, so the classification is the same. So, is there anything Miss Elsita knows about example of literary examples such as fairy tales, legend, and traditional ceremonies of the Batak people?
Still problem I don't know. But I believe there are some legends that I know. For example, such as the legend of Langkawan and of course the legend Lake Toba, which is one of the most beautiful lakes in Indonesia. And talking about traditional ceremonies in Batak, there is such a thing a traditional ceremony. Bayu is a wedding party, and Mekak Rumah is Thanksgiving event because the house is ready to go.
Oh, interesting. Food is also literature, but it is categorized as non-oral. In the combined, we have rendang as a typical food in the Minang people, even crowned as the most delicious food in the world. If you are descendant of Batak, what does Miss Misak know about the typical food there?
We also have typical Batak foods such as Cimpa Unung, Masak Telur, Fayet, Kidu-Kidu, and several other foods, but there is one example of semi-oral literature that is famous from Batak and become one of the famous dance from there, namely the Tortor dance which we usually use in celebration, welcoming special guests and celebration.
Oh, yes, we also have a special dance as a welcome and experience of respect to the guest of honor who has just arrived, namely the Pasambahan dance, and there are also several dances used in celebration events such as plate dance, sel dance, and indang dance.
Wow, seems exciting. Phew. Especially if you can witness it. Hehe.
Occasional vacation to the file when there is a celebration event. There is another tablet of oral literature that may be without us realizing it we already know from childhood. If we Minang people know folk songs that are usually sung by mother to put their children to sleep. For example, such as Tak Tontong Gulami Jagung and Ayam dan Lapeh. If you Batak people, there are no folk songs that are often sung in everyday life.
Oh, there are examples such as Kata Bedil, Susuri, and Onturang. We often see in Batak society.
Oh, a lot too.
With the problem of traditional games, we have a game called Kota Blade which requires ability gestures, teamwork, accuracy, and body blends. In Minang, you must also have traditional games.
Oh yes, traditional games also include literature, right? We have some traditional games from the Minang community, such as a sipak tekong, badi batuang, lumpek tali, and manci-manci.
Oh, variety, yes. Hehe. But speaking of magic, I have heard from one of my distant family from to the field it is wrong to rush. So, how the hell's in the game? How come the name is that? If we meant to Indonesia the same as most, haha.
Yes, it means manci game is almost the same as hide and seek game, but there are some rules of the game that make it different. if the naming problem is maybe because in that game we have to choose as a mouse that will hide or a pet that will look for the mouse. Maybe like that. In my opinion anyway.
Yes, yes, in our hide and seek game, there must also be the tools who are cats and nuts. Hahaha.
Wow, there are also many examples of literature that are good from oral, half oral, and non-oral, as we have talked about earlier.
Yes, it turned out that each region has a variety of literature inherent in the front person of its citizen.
If I ask Miss L how influential does Batak literature have on the Batak people?
In my personal opinion, Batak literature has an important role in developing character education among the Batak community. Batak literature is also a product of creativity of Batak discriminate in North Sumatra, right?
Oh, so the point is that Batak literature is also an identifier for the Batak people, Miss Alvita?
Yes, that's for sure when we talk about identity.
Yes, we as Minang people must also make Minang literature is our identify.
But I ask for opinion according to Ms. Tiara. How influential is Minang literature of the Minangkabau people?
So the story is the debate. Haha.
No, I just want interview, but I am also about Ms. Tiara as a native Minang. Answer her question.
Okay. In my opinion, Minangkabau literature also plays important role in the preservation in Minangkabau language and culture. This literature helps maintain and enrich the vocabulary, the Minangkabau regional language, which can then be absorbed into the Indonesian. This literature can also be means to convey Minangkabau culture, values, and traditional to the younger generation. This helping to maintain their culture identity. So, in conclusion, Minangkabau literature has a significant influence on Minangkabau people. This literature is an important part on their culture and history, helping to preserve the Minangkabau language and culture, as well as influencing the behavior and communication patterns of the Minangkabau people.
Wow, it's very clear and sure.
Now, if I ask according to Miss Elvita, Batak literature, it needs to be preserved.
In my opinion, Batak literature needs to be preserved because it is an important part of the culture heritage that contains philosophical, ethical, legal, and social meaning of Batak society. Batak language and literature also need to be supported for its rehabilitation and preservation. In education, Batak oral literature also has symbolic meaning that affect the life of Batak people in carrying on traditional. Thus, the preservation of Batak literature is considered important to maintain the identity and cultural values of the Batak people.
Wow, it's true that we as Minang people and Batak people must take part in this literary escape because I also Minang people. I think that the reason we as Minangkabau so preserve Minang literature is because it is an important part of Minangkabau rich culture, heritage, and has a significant impact on its society. Minang literature reflects the culture, values, and ethnic identity of the Minangkabau people. Therefore, effort to preserve Minang literature need to continue to be forget so that this culture heritage can continue to be maintained, preserved, and passed on the next generation.
That's right. Anyway, we must be able to maintain the preservation of literature. But Miss Tiara opinion, how do you preserve Minang literature?
Wow, good question. If in my opinion, as a Minang person, is by writing literary works in Minang Langua, such as short stories, poems, and novels, after that increase appreciation of Minang literature to preserve. This can be done by holding literary festival, seminars, and literary discussion. In addition, it can also be by providing appreciation and support for the regional literature. This can be done by giving award to outstanding Minang literary writers.
Good idea, Miss Tiara. Keep your spirit.
If according to Miss Elsita herself, how is to preserve literature, for example, Batak literature?
In my view, by improving education and research on Batak literature, one of them. This can be done through the establishment of study program of Department of Batak Literature in university, as well as holding seminar, workshop, and conference of Batak literature. This will help deepen understanding of Batak literature and promote the development of new literary work the Batak language. Further, with publishing and dissemination to encourage the publication and dissemination of Batak literary work. This can be done by supporting local public book, public Batak literary book, both in print and digital, from in education promotion role, social and media digital program can also help spread Batak literary work to more people.
Miss Elsita, brilliant idea.
Yes. If we talk about terms, what do you think correct to preserve literature?
There are several examples such as competition with other Langua, namely Minang Langua must compete with other Langua in its use, but both at the local and national levels, and lack of government support sees despite many effort from the community and academic to preserve and develop the Minangkabau Langua. Support from the government it is very lacking.
Oh, where else?
Now, from Ms. Elsita's side, what are the challenges we will face to preserve literature?
It from the side that I captured the influence of Arabian language such as Malay, Arab, Indian, and Dutch also became a key in the preparation of the Batak language after that because the development of modern times, and literally that can shift the use of Batak language so that people are less experienced that to using the language in daily interactions.
It's going to be difficult, right? But I'm sure how comes Miss Elsita if all citizens are compact. Surely the literary literature will be preserved and passed down to the next generation, so the literary literature in our country is not extinct and will continue to be characteristic of the Indonesian nation, which has variety of cultures and literature in it.
Yes, that's right, Miss Tiara.
Hello, Miss Misa.
Hello, Miss Tiara.
We'll meet again, Miss Misa.
Yes, of course, Miss Tiara.
But we're talking about literature, and to the end of this video, if we discuss literacy, it seems existing, surely there are many literary and their literary works from North Sumatra. Is there anything Miss Nisa know?
Wow! Some of the are Tengku Amit Hamzah, one of the famous literary from North Sumatra. The name of his book Nisan Berlubur Darah, which is a collection of famous poems. The second century Pen is a famous writer from North Sumatra. The name of his work includes Devil Shark, which is a collection of short stories.
Wow, surely his work is very good then.
Who is Miss Tiara from West Sumatra and her famous work?
There are several examples such as Rendra Karno, who is famous right from West Sumatra. Here, works include Dua Perempuan, which is a collection of short stories. Next there is Mokhtar Lubis, who is a famous writer from West Sumatra. His work include Senja di Jakarta, which is famous novel. And the last one is Sultan Destiny Ali Sahbana, who is a famous writer from West Sumatra. His work include Layar Terkembang, which is a famous novel.
I heard that in Padang that there is one university that has a Minang literature department.
Yes, Andalus University or UNAN in Padang has a Department of Minangkabau Literature. This department studies literature, discuss and Minangkabau culture comprehensive include Minangkabau literary works and culture. In addition, graduates from this department will obtain an S.Hum degree or Bachelor of Humanity.
Wow, it's very interesting.
But according to Miss Misa, how is literature, for example, Batak attract Batak children themselves to learn it? Miss Misa has a opinion, right?
I think from various ways, such as the use of Batak language in daily communication, teaching Batak language by parents to children, and formal education at university.
Wow, how about formal education at the university? Of course, Batak literature, one of the majors in which university is Miss Misa.
At the University of North Sumatra, there is a Batak literature department under the alumni of the Faculty of Cultural Sciences. The Batak Literature Study Program is also one of the groups of literature major at the Faculty of Cultural Sciences, and the only Batak Literature department in the world. Students studying in the department will report the Batak language, Toba, Karo, Angkola, Mandailing, Simalungun, and Pakpak Dere, and explore its use in Batak literature. In addition, they will also study Batak literature, language, culture, and custom in depth.
Wow, but according to Miss Misa herself, what is the real purpose of the Batak Literature Department?
In my opinion, the main purpose of the department is to deepen the understanding of the Batak language and explore its use in Batak literary works. In addition, the group is also addition to promotion, preserving, and develop in Batak language and literary work through research, publication, cultural activities, and education.
Yes, too. They will be one of the factors to improve the preservation of literature. The best.
Yes, that's right.
Hello, Miss Amanda.
Hello, Miss Tiara.
Let's continue the interview, Miss Amanda.
Yes, alright.
What about the job prospect of graduates majoring in Batak literature? How is Miss Manda?
Batak literature graduates have broad job prospects, rarely exemplars, such as Batak literature translators, author of books or essays, or Batak literature, teacher of Batak language or Batak literature in school or colleges, teachers of Batak language and literature in research institution or university. Batak cultural consists in comprehension of government, agencies and journalists or reporters specializing in reporting on Batak culture.
True, that there are also many. Yes.
What is the role of Minang literature in developing teacher education of Minang children?
Examples such as explore ethical and moral values related to human life. Minang literature contain information about the belief, culture, and values of the Minang people, which can help children understand and develop character that are accordance with the values the community. Minang literature reflects the life Minang people so that children can understand and appreciate other people's culture.
Oh, that's it.
Yes, it's like that, Miss Nanda.
According to Miss Tiara Helser, how can Minang literature praise Minang language and culture?
For example, through Minang songs are one form of mountain, the Minang Langwa, as used in even for more proverb or petatah petitif, such as pantun Minang, which has several functions, including as an expression in communicating and expression that function as the identifier of the Minangkabau community and a means to educate for as a forum for education.
What good.
Wow, it turned out we have believed a lot about these two literature.
Oh, yes, haha.
And it seems that we are at the end of this interview. Before we close the interview, we thank all viewers who have watched this video. Hopefully useful.
Yes, that's right, haha.
Well, let me Cahya Tiara.
I am Amanda Narada Bakara.
See you guys. Dah.
We're 1,000 miles from comfort. We have traveled land and sea. But as long as you are with me, there's no place I'd rather be. I would away forever, exalted in the sea. As long as I am with you, my heart continues to beat. With every step we take, Kyoto to the bay, strolling so casually. We're different and the same, gave you another name, switch up the batteries. If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Knowing the little heart, you can't shame me. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. 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 leave. It's easy